Namaskar students and welcome. In this video, we are going to see 7th science lesson number 14 elements, compounds and mixtures. This is going to be the basics of your chemistry children. So let's begin. First of all children, to understand what are elements, compounds and mixtures, we need to know how they are made, what they are composed of. Every particular substance present in nature is made by joining small things together, and then we are getting a big thing. So this is something called as matter. Every substance is made of matter, which is the smallest entity, which is the smallest particle. So what is matter? A single concept, and that of which an object is made of is called as matter. What is the nature of matter? Matter has particulate nature. It is made of particles. Now what properties the matter is going to show? Matter exhibits different properties which we see and sense, like color, texture, smell, etc. It is existing in three states, children: solid, liquid and gases. Water is a special liquid because it is existing in all the three states: solid, liquid and gas. And one more thing about matter, children: matter cannot be further divided. It is indivisible. So before understanding the elements, compounds and mixtures, first understand what these substances are made of. These substances are made of very small particles joined together, which we call as matter. This matter is indivisible. It cannot be divided further. It is having particulate nature. It's made of particles. And physically, it can exhibit three states: solid, liquid and gas. And it is having its own color, texture, smell, all of those things. Next children, now let's try to understand some general terms. We have something called as substances and mixtures. Now what are substances? Those we see as pure things are called as substances. Now those substances can be in the form of elements also, and they can be in the form of compounds also. For example, if I am taking common salt, it is a compound but it is a pure substance. If I am taking iron metal, it is an element and it is a pure substance also. So pure substance include elements and compounds. And mixtures will include different types of mixtures. Some mixtures are homogeneous and some mixtures are heterogeneous. Homogeneous means you will see the mixture as one thing. You will not see different substances in that mixture. But in heterogeneous mixture, you will see different components in it. So this is something extra we need to know. And see the composition of elements, children. Elements are made of same type of particles. And compounds are made of different types of particles. Here hydrogen element means HH. Oxygen element means OO. Water compound means O and H, oxygen and hydrogen both. And carbon dioxide means carbon and oxygen both. So now children, let's try to get into more detail. Now we know that the substances are made of particles, and we call some of them as pure substances and some of them as mixtures. Now let us try to understand and let us try to get into chemistry. What are atoms and molecules? Now we know the particles. So the smallest particle in terms of science is called as atom. This is atom, this is atom, this is atom, single. And what is a molecule? When many atoms join together, they form molecules. This is very important, children. Atom is single entity. And when they join together, you get molecule. Here, children, same kind of atoms are joining together to form a molecule. Here also, same kind of atoms are joined. Here also, same kind of atoms are joined. But here, different kinds of atoms are joining together. So we can get molecules by a combination of same kind of atoms or by a combination of different kinds of atoms. Means same kind of atoms can join sometimes, and sometimes different kind of atoms can join to form molecules. Molecules contain more number of atoms. Now, depending on how the combination takes place, we have elements, compounds and mixtures, the name of our lesson. Now, These are all the elements, children, present in the periodic table. A few of them are shown here. Elements. When molecules of same kind chemically combine together, they form elements. We do not get different substances by decomposition of elements. See, elements will be made by joining same kind of atoms. Hydrogen means HH. Oxygen means OO. Chlorine means Cl and Cl. So, elements are made by joining same kinds of atoms. This is oxygen gas present in atmosphere. Now let's see the compounds. What are compounds? When molecules of different kind chemically combine together, they form compounds. We can decompose compounds into its constituent elements by chemical processes. If we want to separate these molecules, then we have to use chemical processes. You cannot easily separate them. See the molecule of water, it is having oxygen and hydrogen, two different kinds of atoms. This is hydrogen chloride, it is having hydrogen and chlorine, two different kinds of atoms again. So this is a compound made by joining different kinds of atoms. It will not have same kinds of atoms. This is water present in nature. So beautiful. Now the mixtures. When different elements and compounds just mix into each other, they form mixtures. There is no chemical combination on the formation of mixtures. This is a mixture, children. You can see all the different constituents in this mixture. So mixture is somewhat like this only. They don't mix chemically into each other. They just mix into each other. You can see all of those constituents, and all of those constituents will show their own properties in a mixture. So, how many elements do we have? Till now, scientists have discovered 118 elements, of which 92 are natural and remaining are man-made. So this is a periodic table, children, which is showing all the different types of elements. Different means what type of elements are there. It is clearly shown by colors. We are going to learn all of this in the higher classes. More and more elements keep adding in the list as they are discovered. So these are all the elements in the periodic table. So, great scientist, children. This is one of the philosopher. He is one of the Maharshi. We should not forget. Maharshi Kanad. He was the first Indian sages to discover the elements of nature. He represented them through various symbols. So, children, Maharshi Kanad, he invented the atomic theory at least 2500 years before John Dalton, that is before 600 BC. So he actually discovered the atomic theory even before John Dalton, but we could not provide in research papers, so his name doesn't come so often. He stated that the smallest indivisible form of matter is Parmanu. He even explained the dimensions, motions, even the chemical reactions of Parmanu and its compound forms. He gave a lot of details about all of this. Now the scientists which are mentioned in our textbook, children, Democritus and Dalton. Later on, many other scientists contributed to the research. Democritus was one of them. He later named them as atom, which means indivisible. He gave a different name called as atom, and he said that this is indivisible. You cannot divide it further. Then John Dalton came and he further added to the discovery. He said that atoms cannot be created or divided into smaller particles or destroyed. You cannot create them, you cannot destroy them, you cannot divide them, you can't do anything to them. This was later called as Dalton's atomic theory. Next, children, next scientist is Berzelius. He has also made a very beautiful contribution in science. Let us see what contribution he has made. This is Berzelius. This was a scientist who gave us the present method of naming elements. Later on, children, many elements were discovered. Now the scientists who came earlier, they just gave symbols. Like if you want to show copper, you will write C in a circle. If you want to show sulfur, you will write plus in a circle. But Later on, when a lot of elements were discovered, it was difficult to give them symbols. So it was very important that we find out a shortcut. We should be writing the short forms of those elements. So that time, Berzelius helped us a lot. He gave us the following rules. The first letter of the element's name is written in capital letters. See, if it is carbon, don't give any symbol. Write C for carbon. If some other element's name starts with the same letter, then the first and the second letter are written. The first letter is written in capital and the second letter is written in small letter. See again. Calcium is also starting from C. So I cannot write C again because I have already written C for carbon. So then I will be writing the first and the second letter. First letter capital, second letter small. Ca for calcium. If there is any other element's name starting with the same letters, the first and the third letter are written in the same manner. First letter capital and second letter small. Note, we do not go beyond third letter. See here children, cadmium, Ca. Okay, so I cannot write Ca again because I have already taken it for calcium. So what I am going to do, I will be writing Cd for cadmium. We don't go beyond the third letter, children. You may think that fine, then we can take fourth letter, fifth letter. No, we do not go beyond the third letter. And here silver is an odd man out, children, because silver is written as Ag. It is not S, it is not I, it is not SL, it is written as Ag. Why is this so? We will see the reason. Exceptions to the rule. What are the exceptions to the rule? Some elements are found to have their symbol different from their name. This is because their symbol is named after their Latin and German names. Yes, children, when these rules were made, that time there were some scientists who did not agree to this rule. They said that I have made this discovery, this is my invention, so I want my name to be written for this particular element. I am not going to accept any other name. So then they had to come to some conclusion because rules were already made. Then they said, okay, fine, what we will do, we will write the name of the element as the English name and we will take your name as the symbol. Is it fine with you? Then those scientists agreed and they said, okay, fine, no problem. That is why, children, some of the elements are having a symbol different from their name. Name is different, symbol is different. Antimony is Sb because of its Latin name stibium. Copper is Cu because of its Latin name cuprum. Gold is Au because of its Latin name aurum. Iron is Fe because of ferrum. Lead is Pb because of plumbum. Mercury is Hg because of hydrargyrum. Potassium is K for kalium. Silver is Ag for argentum. Sodium is Na for natrium. Tin is Sn for stannum. And tungsten is W for wolfram. This is a German name, children. Rest all are Latin names.
Thank you for watching till the end.